Hi, my name is Brian Nielsen. I'm a program manager in the Business Central team. And in this session, I will present you the new and improved features we have in Financial Analytics. The first thing, and there's a separate video for how to install it and start using it. There are 14 new Power BI reports for the finance area through Power BI embedded reports. There are 17 new templates, 5 rows, 12 columns in the financial reporting module. We have Excel reports, and we have ad hoc analysis for fixed assets specifically. And we have a lot of new learning resources, docs content for the financial reporting area and for analytics in general. And then hopefully soon in the second minor in this release, we will have new demo data to better demonstrate some of these new reporting capabilities. But let's take a closer look. The first thing for analytics is reporting, and reporting through Power BI. We have created 6 new apps, one of them for finance. It contains 14 reports, which means pages in Power BI. They contain overview pages or overview reports, sort of a dashboard that you see here, KPI pages with a bit more detail, and then it also includes the ledger entries so that you, from one of the top reports, can drill through to the ledger entries and do validation or further investigation. We also have templates for financial reporting, 5-row definition, which is basically the reports like balance sheet and income statement, and we have a trial balance with just the posting GL accounts. And then we have 12 predefined column definitions that will allow you to mix and match and create some new reports. We'll take a closer look. And for this, we have new docs content that will take you through not just the new stuff, but in general, how to use the financial reporting module to create financial reports. And it will also guide you through on how do you start from your company, creating some balance sheet, income statement, cash flow, and some of the other reports, including some tips and tricks on how to do it best and most easily so that you can maintain it. But let's take a closer look in the product. So I'm logged into my Business Central company. The Power BI report are found in the Business Manager Role Center in a separate embedded action here, where all of them are shown. You can also search for them in the Role Explorer. But let's just take a look at the different reports. The first one is a financial overview that gives you at a glance overview of your data, like revenue, profit margin, assets, vendors and whatnot. And there is a filter section, so instead of getting it all, at least for the revenue part, you're just looking at one fiscal year at a time. For example, we can hide that again. There's also more interesting balance sheet. And we can expand this one. So you can see it, there's a lot of data. If I click on any of these values, I can drill through to the balance sheet drill through table, which is a separate report in here, and I can start looking at the individual numbers. So I don't have to just look at some overview data and then go to BC to do verification or further analysis. I have it all in this set of reports. There are also some reports that contain some KPIs. There's one for the asset KPIs with a chart. This is demo data, so not much has happened here. But you get the idea that with your own data, you not only get the ratio or the KPI, but you also get the different component it is made up of. And lastly, if you want to go directly, you can go to general ledger entries, to customer ledger entries, and so forth. So a lot of new report, a lot of new data that you can start digging into through embedded Power BI. We also have in the financial reporting module, We have some new row definition, and they will all, no matter localization, have this code. Balance sheet detailed, balance sheet summarized, and the same for income statement, and probably at the bottom in most localization, a trial balance with just posting GL accounts. If we look at, let's first take the detailed one. We can look up the report, of course. You will see that it has a new row definition. It also has a defined column definition, but if you look into it, you can see that there's this one, which is showing all 12 months in your, or periods in your fiscal year. And then there are further ones where you compare to previous year's balances, you include a budget, you compare year to date or prior year to date or same period last year. There's these different 12 different column definition that you can combine with your report. You can either just combine it on the go and then watch your data, or you can combine it and create a new report and have it as defaulted in your system. You can also use the row and column definition to create your own, to modify them, to add more KPIs or calculated columns. But there's a new set of templates to start with. Last release, we started providing Excel reports. We provided 9 reports for the finance, receivables and payables area. And we're continuing this work, covering more of the existing RDLC reports. In this release, you have 3 new reports for fixed assets and 1 new report for consolidation. For fixed assets, because it's a separate little module, we thought that would be a good starting point to do analysis based on a query for the tables related to fixed assets. It's the fixed assets ledger entries, that is the fact table in here with all the related table. And that will enable you to start analyzing fixed assets data, either to complement some of the reports or do quick fact-finding or troubleshooting when you need it. For all of this in the analytics module, there is a new financial analytics section in the docs content. It is specifically about the reports that we have. It's about the new financial reporting templates and how to go about creating new reports in financial reporting. And it's about the new Power BI reports. They will have a separate section for each of these reports. So there's plenty of new content that you can dig into to learn about these features. But let's take a look in the product. For Excel reports, in fixed assets, there are 3 reports. The analysis report, that also cover the book value report. The projected value, which is sort of projection of the coming depreciations. It's a different data set that you need to run. And then there are details for the fixed assets. It was one of the most used reports. Let's look at one of the reports. We'll take the analysis report and download it to Excel. In the Excel report, you will first, as usual, get something that looks like a report. You can either print it out, you can modify it a bit to suit your taste. You have the book value, which was a separate report in RDLC, and then you have your data, so you can start creating your own reports if you don't like any of these 2. And the same with the other 2 reports. It's a way of getting your data and start creating reports or doing analysis. Now that we are in fixed assets, we also created a query, and it's called Analyze Fixed Assets, or let me just show you. If you search for it, it's called ad hoc analysis, fixed assets ad hoc analysis. It will open an analysis view based on a query. You can see what is included in here. There's a lot of data, dimensions, and different dates, classes. A lot of the tables from fixed assets are now combined. And you can start doing, you can either create your own reports or start with Copilot to assist you to create reports For example, this one would be an easy one to start troubleshooting if you're looking for depreciations that didn't happen, or if you're looking for the acquisition value, and you can of course include more. But it's a good complement to the existing reports because it's much faster to do it on screen rather than running a report. In Docs, there's more content on financial reporting or doing analytics. In the finance area, there's the overview of financial reports. So you can see what are the reports about, and there will be more content provided. If you scroll to the topic after finance, there's financial analytics, which will tell you about how you go about doing analytics and the different ways of running a report or doing analytics in BC, and what tools you have available, ideas for what is it that you will be looking at. And we also have a section on the financial reporting module, how to set it up and what it is that you need to make it work for you. Like there's some mapping to be done. And as you can see, there is, for example, this one, and there'll be more chapters. There'll be a walkthrough on how do you start creating your own report and how do you build the different row and column definitions. So you can get started. Here's a sort of a recipe for how to do it. So you're not stuck with a blank sheet when you start creating financial reports. And lastly, with all these new capabilities, it is of course extra great if you can demo it in a nice way with some data in it. The standard demo data in Business Central is mainly focused on showcasing the different features. So it has a limited set of entries because then you don't get confused about all the data, but can focus on what does the feature do. But for the second minor in this release, we're going to provide 3 new demo data sets. One for financial reporting. It will have 3 years of data. It will have a budget. It will have a breakdown in dimensions, and both balance sheet and income statement are filled out so that you can run both Excel reports and you can run Power BI reports, the embedded reports, with a set of data that makes sense, that shows some trends, some outliers, but looks like real data rather than just partially 3 months of data. Same for fixed assets. It's mainly the 10 assets we have, but it will have depreciation entries, acquisition entries, of course, and maintenance, insurance entries, just so you can get an idea of what is it that you can do in reporting. And for example, use the new analysis view on it. There will be reporting demo data for projects. It's not showcasing how to use projects, but more if you're using some of the embedded Power BI reports for projects, you will have data in it that covers an extensive period of time, and there will be some profitability analysis on some assets that you can do, just so that you have data and can demonstrate some of these embedded Power BI reports. And as we go, we will add more demo data to showcase reporting, because you really need a lot of data to really demonstrate the strength of Power BI reporting and also Excel reporting. With that, I hope you dig into some of the new features that we have provided for financial analytics. Thank you for watching.